Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Divine Life with your girl, Joanna Divine. This is episode 13, Religion in Your 40s. If you guys like what you see and you like what you're about to hear, please click subscribe, like, and share the videos. Okay. I don't like religion. There, I said it. Now, if you want to turn the video off, you can turn it off. But if you want to listen to what I have to say, please continue to do so. Religion, I feel, these are my opinions. Religion and spirituality are two very, very, very different things. I grew up in the Pentecostal church. I am Jewish by blood through my grandmother. I don't practice Judaism, but I am by blood. I'm 16% Ashkenazi Jew. And that has given me a sense of pride. It's given me a sense of hope. I've had certain experiences that I can't explain that don't align with religious beliefs. And I feel, this is what I feel, 99.9% of religions were created and dictated and driven by men. And women in a lot of religions have literally no place. And I don't get down with that. I don't get down with that. Though if you read the Bible, the Quran, all of those things, a woman shall do this, a woman should do that, a woman should, no, fuck all that. I'm sorry. That is not how I see the world. I don't see life like that. I don't believe that there is this one thing over all of us. I believe that we're connected in something greater than we can understand. I know that there is something else out there for me. I know that there is this force in the universe. I don't know if it's male. I don't know if it's female. I don't know if it's not binary. I don't know. I will know when I leave this earth. I know that there's something after it. After this life, I know that there's more to life than anything can be encompassed in a book. I know that a lot of religious leaders are evil. I know that a lot of religious leaders prey upon children and the disenfranchised. And I know for a fact that people use religion to enforce hate and misogyny and killings. And that is something that I will never get behind. When I was young and I was raised as a Pentecostal in the Pentecostal church, and then, the whole non-denominational thing, I thought that I was going to burn in fiery pits of hell. And they preached brimstone and fire and damnation and fear and all of this stuff and self-hatred, self-loathing, and making you feel less than and all of these things, while they sit on a pulpit going to drink somewhere and sleeping with a hooker right afterwards. Like, no man or woman can dictate or have a phone connection with God. I don't believe that. I believe that we all have that line. I believe that we all are led by something bigger than ourselves. I believe that we are tapped into this world in deeper ways than we can even understand. I believe that we are connected in a way that is beyond our thinking. I think that the universe is so much more expansive than someone dying for our sins and raising after 3 days and turning water into wine and walking on water and splitting the Red Sea. Like, come on, those are stories that were created to give people direction. That's all it is to me. Now, I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll meet my maker on the other side and I'll say, hey, I was wrong. But in my heart of hearts, I don't think that I'm wrong. I think that there is something bigger than that. I think that there are many energies around us. I think there are many forces in the world that are so much bigger than us. And for us to say that we're right and I know and God told me this and all of that shit, whatever. Do you, boo? If that works for you, great. And I will never make you feel less than for what you believe. But to not think outside of the box, like, okay, let's call a spade a spade. My natural born father is a pastor, and he, not saying his name, is an ex-drug user and a rock and roll guitarist and a woman beater and a pathological liar and a misogynist, all those things. And now sits in a pulpit telling people what they need to do with their life and all of this stuff. Meanwhile, he can't even have a relationship with his own children. I know that my father believes what he's saying. I know that. But his actions say something else. So to me, that's a hypocrite. And there are more hypocrites in the pulpit than we know what to do with. And this is the person that used to put his hands on me in violence, all the while spewing verses from the Bible saying, spare the rod, spoil the child. Okay? So in his mind, sparing the rod, like, it gave him a right to hit me or to hit my mother or anything of that nature. And when people use religion to free themselves of the guilt of their bullshit, that I have a problem with that. I would never use my spirituality. And yes, I'm a spiritual person. I'll be damned if I ever go in another church again. If I get married, when I get married, I hope I get married, there is no church on earth that will ever see my wedding. I want to get married on a hill or a cliff or something beautiful. But anyway, I personally feel that religion is the root of a lot of evils in this world. And I think that people hide behind it. I think that, when you have a priest that is guilty of raping children and they're not in jail, but they're transferred to another sanction so they can keep doing what they're doing, that is insanity to me. And also a form of insanity is offering your children up like a sacrificial lamb. I do not and will never understand how a parent could put their child in a position to where they could succumb to horrible things unless they are also victims of it as well. It's like, hurt people, and people only do what they know. Thank God I was never molested by a preacher or pastor or someone, like that to like really warp my mind. Yes, I have sexual violence in my past, but that's a totally different story. But when it comes to religion, I really feel organized religions there's so many pastors that go to jail for tax evasion, for tax fraud, for this, for that, for taking all of their parishioners' money and doing all kinds of things. And people are still going to churches and religion in droves. And they fail to realize that the universe lives within each of us. We all have the power to elevate ourselves. We all are born with everything that we need to make it in this world. I believe that. I believe that yes, we are given a mind, we're given a spirit, and we are given a heart, and those things are nurtured by our parents. And yes, we are molded in certain ways, and people can create monsters and so on and so forth, and people have tics and mental illnesses and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, no religion is going to take away the connection that we have innate within us, that so many religious leaders are afraid of. Because if they allow you to believe that you can do things for yourself, they wouldn't have anyone come into their churches. So they make you feel as though you need that, you need them, you need to give your money to them in order to be blessed. And that's not how it works. That's just not how it works. I don't believe in that. I believe that what you put out, you get back. I believe that if you give to your fellow man, if you are a good person, if you help people when they are down and out, and you can be there for each other and be that community, you're a good person. You don't have to go and take yourself to listen to someone who's interpreting a book in a way that they're interpreting it. They're interpreting it and they're making of it what they make of it. Yes, it was written hundreds of years ago. Who knows what those people were smoking? And those are the kind of questions that I have. Like, who the fuck wrote this? Like, who is this man sitting in a corner? Like, I'm just supposed to believe that, yes, they were touched by God because you say so? No, sorry, boo. I don't get down like that. I'm not going to go down the corner and ask a person on the corner and say, hey, what's down that corner? Oh, well, somebody told me that if you walk down that corner, it'll be safe. And then I go down there and my head gets chopped off by an axe murderer. Who's the idiot? Me. Because I'm listening to a dumbass that is telling me to go down the goddamn corner when I know good and well, and I have the wherewithal to not go down that goddamn corner. And Jason and Freddie are standing right there, and I'm like, oh, well, what's over there? No, I'm not going to listen to you. I need to make decisions for myself. Yes, of course, we all need guidance. But come on, we got to be a little bit more self-reliant, a little bit more self-aware. It's always wonderful to ask for help and to ask for guidance and to ask for, the questions, why are we here, and all of those things. Okay, but no one knows those things. No one. And if somebody claims to know those things, they're a damn liar. That's all I'm going to say. Religion in your 40s, at this point in my life, I know who I am, and I know who I'm not. I know what I believe, and I know what I don't. And what I believe is mine, and owning it, and I don't need anybody to make me feel guilty for it. And guilt is the source of pain. It's the source of ills. It's the source of illness. It's the source of stress. And I don't need to walk around this life stressed out about some pastor looking at me and judging me because of what I wear or how I want to present myself to the world. This is my life. This is the way I want to live it. I'm not perfect. I'm not claiming to be. I will never be perfect. I don't believe in perfection. I think that we all have flaws that make us who we are, and that's what makes us beautiful. I don't want to be like everyone else. I don't want to sit and eating some stupid ass cracker and drinking some asinine grape juice on a Sunday just because somebody tells me I should do this, and it's the blood and it's the body. Fuck that. No, I'm good. Now, if you're a religious person and you have your beliefs and you believe in all of that, that's great. That is great. But don't look down upon me because I don't believe the way that you believe. And what I believe is mine. What you believe is yours. I'm not trying to change your views. I'm just expressing mine. And I may not understand your views. I may not, it may be crazy to me, but I'm not afraid to say that I don't agree. And I hope you can still love me because of it. So spirituality is what works for me. I tap into my own energy, the energy that is around me, the energy that I feel when I do something good, when I do something right, when I lift someone else up. Those are the things that I tap into. And I'm not always perfect. I get it wrong a lot. I make mistakes. I think, a lot of bullshit about people. But at the end of the day, I do my best. I do my best. And my best is, if my best is not good enough, that's on me. Don't try to change me, and I won't try to change you. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.